this shit lately?
I know everybody's making a big deal about how ain't nothing getting done out there.
Very true. Now it turns out one of these fire captains refused to bring bulldozers in to clear an area of land to make sure the fire was out because it was like endangered species of tree. And I can understand that argument if you are 100% certain it won't be an issue.
Right.
The issue is this fire reflashed and burned down that whole patch of forest anyway, and then spread into the neighborhoods.
Yeah, they should definitely lose their job for that.
Yeah, and I get trying to protect protected stuff. I do, but you put human lives over plants' lives, don't you?
Yeah.
At least that's what. At least I would anyway.
Hmm.
Uh oh, yeah. The dude that's been accused of the pipe bombings that's been arrested. He's been held in remand. He's going to stay in custody. It looks like. At least that's what the judge said.
Right.
Brian, tell me what's going on with the guard because this is something that we've been talking about, trying to walk the line of what is legal and what's not. And we even said right
Right.
away, it's like he might get this all overturned when it started, right?
Yeah, it looks like that's what's going to happen. He says he's going to
The guard.
temporarily pull the National Guard out of Chicago, LA, and Portland until crime ramps back up again. So,
Well, um, I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, the Latin phrase that about using the military, deploying the military to enforce law in the United States, but they weren't necessarily there enforcing the law.
no, they were a show of force. They were,
Yeah, they were protecting federal buildings or federal agents. And I think Trump might have an argument in a court when it comes down to it, depending on as soon as it's on Boasberg, right?
hmm and he's our favorite anti-Trump judge. He tends to get all these cases. I don't know how he
I know
pulls it off, but
every single one, exactly. And isn't this supposed to be like a random lottery system?
supposed to be, yeah.
Yeah, and he managed to get stuff nationwide too, which is even crazier. Uh, Now, yeah, check this out. A new study has come out, and it's a collaboration between a bunch of schools. I know Harvard. Now, let me find them. Harvard University, Yale University, Yale New Haven Health found the BMI body mass index alone is not significant for discovering or defining obesity, and
Hmm.
they have changed. They've come up with a new equation, which includes waistline, which kind of bothers me because the whole point of the BMI was if you're super in shape, you might weigh more than your average height.
Right.
But then I was thinking about it. I'm not certain I know what the word obese means. Like I have a general understanding, but I don't think I've ever looked it up. For all I know, that extra body mass of being that massive Hulkster is the
Hmm.
same issues on your body. Because I mean, how often do you hear about these massive dudes? You know what I mean? Their heart's just stopping.
Right.
So I'm wondering if that has something to do with it. But according to this new formula, it puts 75% of US adults in the obese category.
That's crazy.
Yeah. That said, Florida man is suing
Florida,
an out
man.
yes, is suing an Outback Steakhouse because he broke the porcelain toilets and
Okay.
was injured and sounds like it didn't come out and say it, but reading this article, it came across as though this guy's junk doesn't work anymore.
Oh, okay.
I was like, how huge are you
Right.
to break a toilet sitting on?
Hmm.
I mean, look,
Yeah.
you see those TV shows with like 600-pound people sitting on the toilet, and the thing's fine.
Yeah.
So it's like, holy crap. Now, I mean, and they're saying, oh, they need to install these more sturdy. I'm like, it wasn't sturdy. It was a sheer weight issue coming down on it. It doesn't matter how
Right.
well it's bolted to the floor.
Yeah.
ah, gotta start off the new year with a laugh because everyone has high hopes at the new year. And then halfway through, they go, this one sucks too.
Yep.
Good Morning America was doing a thing, and they were completely shocked when they found gas prices are actually dropping nationwide.
Oh yeah.
Uh, and I got a good laugh out of this because I had a handful of my friends saying, I keep hearing how gas is down so cheap. And I was like, and then they showed me a picture
This
on their, their,
Massachusetts people.
yeah, like Massachusetts folks. Look at how expensive gas is. Like, this is your policy. You voted in, you said, I want this taxed for this much.
Yeah.
And it's like, this isn't happening nationwide. And if it's not happening nationwide, it must be your local government. I might have just kicked Guapo out. I think I tried to let him in. I might have just booted him by accident. Usually by now he's already loading.
He came back if you did, so
Oh,
the thing was still up there.
all right. Yeah, who do you know who Daniel Laurie is?
No.
Neither do I. I guess he's new mayor of San Francisco.
Oh yeah, I shared this article. Yeah, he's got big plans for San Francisco.
It kinda.
Send him into the poorhouse.
Nah, no. See, I read this thing thoroughly because I was curious. This isn't going to be taxpayer funded.
Where's the money coming from?
Okay, well, first of all, to anyone who's listening, it's about up to $5 million
Reparations.
a person reparations. Yes, and he said none of this is going to come out of tax dollars because you'd have to get congressional approval. So anyone who wants to donate money to this fund to pay reparations may.
So nobody. Okay, yeah, that seems like a very good plan.
I bet you if this goes through all the way, we're gonna see people who are getting like receipts or certificates saying they paid into it, and they're gonna put it behind them in their freaking YouTube videos, and they're gonna make
Like
sure to show them off.
virtual singling.
Yep. I can't just do something good. I need credit for doing the good thing, right?
Right.
Guapo showed up.
Yep. Late as usual.
Always do. Always.
Yeah, well, at least his girlfriend isn't as late as he usually is.
Mm. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even get a laugh out of that one, man. I'm sorry.
No, she's taking a nap. We'll make sure of
Well,
that.
are you familiar with the term late means in that reference?
Yeah, I know. Um,
Okay, like probably pregnant.
no.
No, that's what they're late on their period, which means they might be knocked up.
Mm. I got 3 more days before that, so
I love it too. But you always hear like, when don't I understand how any of this works? It's like, are you kidding me? It's like I know my wife's cycle, and you know what I mean. I know how.
wait to take
I went
advantage
to
of it.
school. I know how it works.
I wait to take advantage of it, 90 hours before, shoot up the club.
Yeah, you gotta be careful though, man. Some of them live longer than others, and that's the last thing you need is yeah. Friggin' thinking you're shooting in the backyard of the trees and you go ahead and hit your neighbor's fucking dog, you know?
I know. Timber. Now you end up with that fucking whole fucking house by yourself.
Oh, speaking of we were going through the box for that pistol I bought my wife for Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, this looks like a warranty card or something weird. That's unusual.
Mm.
Hand it to her and she reads it, and it's about how they have these old style revolvers, kind of like the one I just got her for her birthday last year.
Mm-hmm.
Single action revolvers, and some of them are not misfiring, but going off unexpectedly.
Mm-hmm.
And first of all, you have to sit there with the thing cocked for it to be able to fire. You have to manually cock it, so it's not just going to go off.
Yeah.
But they'll send you all the equipment you need, all the tools, and they'll pay for the local gunsmith to fix it for you.
Okay.
And I was like, these guys do not want to be Sig Sauer.
No.
So I got I turned on YouTube today to see what's going on. I sent the repeat offender that's linked, and he's chiming in on there. He says, "Tell the mayor of San Francisco to scull a can of Bud Light, and I'll chip in $5 Australian."
There you go. That's like 385 American.
That
costs
Big
almost as
money,
much
big money.
that's
Hey,
cost about as much as the Bud Light did.
We should get like donate like $5 to get a placard, which is like $50 for the placard.
Well, that's what's gonna happen with the reparations money. None of it will go there. It's exactly what it's gonna be. You're gonna
Yeah.
get this beautiful freaking plaque to put on the wall.
Yeah, so you can say you did
Yeah,
it.
at least we got a placard like, hey, we donated. What are you talking about?
Just like
It
when
doesn't
my
disclose the
daughters,
amount.
just like when my daughters were born, I went and bought them 1 square foot of Scotland, like Scottish land.
Oh, yeah.
So they're both officially ladies.
Mm,
Like I thought that was pretty cool,
yeah.
But it was just because it's neat. I have a piece of paper that I have on a frame that says, Aurora owns, 1 foot by 1 foot. She's officially a
Yeah.
lady of Scotland.
Hey, send me a picture so I can kick us that thing. They don't know any better.
And I bet you somehow tax dollars find their way into this pot through NGOs.
Yeah.
That's what always happens, right? These
Yep.
NGOs collect all this money and they kick it back to the causes.
I think the government money should be infrastructure and military, and some little thing here and there, and that's it. Nothing else.
Right.
I agree, and I don't think we should be doing income tax still.
Oh yeah,
Well, Trump's trying to get rid of it.
I know he is, but I know somewhere it says something about taxation in the freaking Constitution, obviously. But does it specify how the government's allowed to tax?
What do you mean tax?
Or is it just that it needs an act of Congress to set it up?
Yeah, need whatever Congress want to set up.
Yeah.
Well, here's the best part. If they blow Trump up for this tariff thing, they're going to blow up FDR for the income tax.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope that argument is made if it comes to that.
Yeah.
Which might be part of the reason why Congress hasn't moved yet. Because they're like, which we will definitely get to, by the way, because Brian shared about Congress wanting to get back some of their authority they've given up. And I thought, we've been talking about that for a while, how everything's an alphabet LPG now. All right. What's going on in Virginia?
Not much.
Hold on, no. Something happened yesterday. I'm sorry.
Well, we had
right?
we had a pedestrian hit by a car near my house again.
Again?
Yep.
It's a major road.
And they're building a fence on the road now to keep the force of pedestrians actually use the designated crosswalks now.
Oh my god.
Oh, that would help a lot. And unfortunately, that's the thing, Brian, is people are stupid. So they're using your tax dollars to corral them to a safe crossing like they're fucking deer because they're too stupid. They're too stupid to go to the safe place to cross.
Well, another problem is people like to wear dark clothing at night.
I wonder why.
Because they steal it.
Yeah. No, so nobody can find it when they're running away from the cops and shit. And probably he's a drunk guy. This guy probably was drunk. He just, That's
now, I will say, though, in the Navy, I learned a new thing about stealing altogether.
No,
you don't steal your
You don't steal it. You don't steal it. You strategically take equipment to an alternate location.
Yeah.
Because I need this bottle of helium. I don't care what the weather guessers need up there.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, I think they should let natural selection happen.
To an extent, yeah. Like people are gonna get hit by cars that don't necessarily deserve it, but at a certain point, you're like, if you're dumb enough to walk in front of a freaking car, go, what is this, Mercury Boulevard?
Yeah, Mercury Boulevard.
Yeah, if you're dumb enough to walk in front of a car going up to like 50 miles an hour legally, maybe you deserve what you get.
Yeah.
Instead of going down.
Okay,
the traffic lights are on like 200 yards apart.
There's another thing that had actually happened. Military highway down over there by Chesapeake in the fucking woods. A 9-year-old got hit in the middle of nighttime. What?
Why was a 9-year-old after dark?
You never know. Something might have happened.
Everybody like, oh my god! Like, okay. Well, the question is, what the fuck is the parents are?
Oh, 9-year. I thought you said 90, like 90.
No, 9.
No, 9 year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, what's considered after dark?
What the hell are the parents?
Actually, after what? When it's dark out?
9 p.m.
Well, 9 okay, p.m. 9 p.m. I had to be home.
The street lights.
I would come home after dark all the time because, especially up in New England, the further north you go, the shorter the days are.
But you know what?
Yeah, I'm dealing with that in Michigan
But
right now.
Yeah, it's always dark.
My wife is like, she's like, I can't believe it's 8 o'clock in the morning and the sun hasn't come up yet, you
Yeah,
know?
and then the sun sets at 4:30.
Something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah, it's
You think when you live in
crazy.
Virginia, you know.
Where I'm in West Virginia right now, the sun's setting at like 20 after 5. And then people get rid of daylight saving. I was like, are you kidding me? The sun would be setting at 4 o'clock.
Yeah, I know that's just people don't understand how that shit works, but I guess people gonna learn the hard way, you know.
Yeah, you're already
Kind of like
complaining
Judy
that
Bloom.
Hmm?
Kind of like Judy Boone,
Oh
your
yeah,
favorite realtor.
I
oh my
know.
God, I thought you said Judy Bloom.
No, Judy Boom.
Sorry, that was like a book series or something when I was in like
Apparently, she was
kindergarten.
treated for a gunshot wound.
A
Rumors so
realtor.
far. Yeah.
Well, that's what got me, Guapo, was there's only a handful of reasons why she wouldn't share any information about being treated for a gunshot wound. And she's like a realtor everyone knows, I guess, in the Norfolk area.
Oh,
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
she's huge.
Ocean View.
They own Greenies.
Used
Oh,
to.
yeah?
Thirsty
They
Camo.
sold it back to the city for buku money.
Yeah.
And then the city turned it into a parking lot. Keep that revenue flowing.
Yay,
Dumbasses.
tax
Dude.
dollars.
Dumbasses, dude. That's a prime realtor too, dude.
But yeah, either she's afraid for her life if she reveals what happened. Is one reason why you wouldn't share this.
A family
Another is
member
you.
got crazy. They should not go in the will or something.
Well, it's also possible that she knew the attacker and it was some kind of personal shit.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Oh, disclose the fucking.
Or is it possible that she was doing something shady when she got shot and she's keeping her mouth shut too?
That's true.
Like,
All
why
of the
else would you not?
above.
Yeah, why else would you have no comment as to being treated for, not even acknowledging you're being treated for a gunshot wound?
Yeah.
All right. No, the main reason I turned to YouTube on tonight is we've got Michael Duckett back in the house.
It's
He's
been
like,
long enough.
okay, you bastards, I'm here. And people are stupid. They think they weigh as much as a car. You Easterners are soft. Hey, what can I say?
I've dealt with plenty of cold, trust me, and plenty of snow. I was just pointing out that up north, it's not the same as, shit, even the Rust Belt, let alone down in Florida, you know? Especially when I hear these Massachusetts people like, we need to, get rid of daylight saving time. It's stupid. I'm like, Jesus
Yeah.
Christ, dude. I was like, the sun sets at like 3 o'clock in Maine, right?
Exactly.
Today
Mm-hmm.
is the 20th anniversary of the Sago mine disaster, and our governor acknowledged it. 20 years ago today, there was basically a cave-in because of I'm sure everyone knows explosives are used in mining, right?
Mm-hmm.
Explosion went off when it wasn't expected. One man was killed instantly. It created a cave-in enough that 13 other guys were trapped. One of those dudes survived.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And you can say you want to get rid of coal as much as you want to, that's fine. But these men are doing a legitimate, honest job, making a living that's keeping the lights on, whether or not you like that's the way the lights are being kept on. So just thank people that do all this and shoot the dangers that these guys are going through to make sure that there's electricity in the United States.
Yeah.
And actually, the West Virginia Coal Association just had a meeting with the governor about the new energy plan for West Virginia. And they were
Going
actually really
nuclear?
cool. Well, they were really cool with nuclear energy and green energy moving in.
Mhm.
They said, but you need to keep coal as a spine because
Yeah.
if should something go wrong, coal still burns. It still
Yeah.
works, but we have to keep
Yeah.
the industry going. Even if we keep it in barrels like fucking oil, let's
Yeah.
pull
It
this stuff
takes
out of the
forever.
ground.
I mean, nuclear is great, but it takes forever to build a nuclear power plant because of all the regulatory things you got to go through to get it
Excellent
up and
point,
running.
Brian. And this is something I actually have way down at the bottom in the military action part. I wasn't sure where to put it. They're talking about retrofitting nuclear naval ships reactors to power like IT hubs and data centers.
Mm.
I thought the
Because
capability was already there because you were telling me that the Carl Vinson pulled in someplace and they powered the whole island up.
they did. But they're saying like they've decommissioned this submarine. We're gonna pull the reactor out and they'll
Oh, I
bring
see
it
what you're saying.
over.
Okay,
Hmm.
okay, all right, yeah, okay.
Yeah. And I was
Yeah,
like,
because they're
whoa,
getting
that's
ready to
crazy.
start. They're getting ready to start decommissioning the Nimitz class carriers.
Well, yeah, they just built a handful of them, right? This whole new class of them.
The
Yeah,
last one
there's
they
like,
got the commission Enterprise was a nuclear power. The first one.
well, yeah,
Well, yeah.
that's still sitting at the shipyard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and
But
the
yeah, the
nuclear
Nimitz is
enterprise has
on
been
his
decommed.
Nimitz is on his way back to the East Coast to be decommissioned. The first one is the class.
Carl Vinson still has like 18 years left in its reactor life.
Mm-hmm.
Because they refueled when I was on the Carl Vinson.
Right.
Oh, Jesus Christ. No, that was so it might have closer to 15 years left because it's what 25 years they do before they refuel.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys
Even though
talk
they're supposed
about in the
Hmm?
military. You go talk about the Trump battleships.
No, that was last week. You left
The
early.
Golden Fleet.
Yeah, the Golden Fleet. All right, never mind.
But
Yeah,
I've seen we can hop on it real quick since you brought it up.
Mm.
The there's new details coming out saying that there won't be a ship into the fleet until at least 2030. It's going to take 6 years to design, and part of the design is going to be done with Huntington Ingalls in
Mhm.
Pascagoula, Mississippi.
Oh, okay. That's
And
not bad.
there are many people saying that it's a ship that's needed in the U.S. Navy fleet again.
Yeah.
Maybe, but I mean, granted,
Somebody
these
could take
don't
a
look like
punch.
they don't look like the destroyers of old, battleships of old for
No.
sure. But what are we going to use a
No,
battleship for?
It's like a punching, because all this
Realistically, what they're good for is softening the shore up for an amphibious attack.
yeah, but I'm saying like all these fucking fleets are made of aluminum, so you get a hit that just
The
they- they-
superstructure,
yeah, the
even
superstructure.
cruisers are
But
steel hull.
okay, but I'm saying the way the Navy think about it right now is like, oh, it's like a bunch of flies. You're gonna be trying to kill one fly, but you got a bunch of, that's why they want to build a bunch of ships. But the fucking battleship is the one that just a boxer could take a punch and still fucking fighting back. But also they're gonna be commissioned with the light what's the gun the magnetic one,
Railgun.
rail gun, so they could go up to the
Yeah,
distance.
yeah. That's a terrifying weapon. And actually, we talked about that specifically because
Hmm.
the United States allegedly abandoned the railgun project like 20 years ago.
Yeah, but Japan just
Yeah, test
did
fire
it.
theirs.
Yeah. Imagine a
Uh,
battleship with a nuclear capacity, missiles, and the rail guns.
well, see, that was the issue, dude. But when we tried the railgun the first time, we kept cracking the keels of ships because of the
Mhm.
recoil, like
Yeah.
the power. So, I mean, if you went ahead and attach a nuclear reactor to make the
Yeah.
electromagnetism stronger, dear God, who knows what you're gonna get out of that?
Yeah. I mean, you're not gonna need a multi-million dollar missile, just a fucking 5-inch gun, like
Yeah, a hunk of tungsten
yeah.
carbide the size of a beer can moving at 0.001% the speed of light is going to
Yeah.
put a hole in something the size of Manhattan.
You're gonna fucking go through the stratosphere, come down, It's the biggest fucking arc.
No, you don't even need to. You want to fire a straight line with one of them suckers, so it's still
No,
freaking at full speed.
well, you go a straight line, you're gonna go across the fucking hemisphere. So you have to.
Well, that's assuming it's over the horizon.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you don't have to be near close by.
Dude, you had your surface warfare, didn't you?
No.
Oh, okay.
I
You were
did.
air debt.
I had air and surface.
You know as well as I, Brian, that we don't need the horizon's not an issue with the 5-inch guns on
No,
even a
because
cruiser.
because it's only 23 miles. It's gonna calm down eventually. That's
Well,
fine.
no, the Aegis radar system.
Mm-hmm.
Still not sure how much I'm allowed to talk about it, but the Aegis radar system
Okay,
can
that's
see
fine.
almost forever.
I'm not talking about the red. I'm about talking about the gun, the bullet itself trajectory.
So you're talking about trying to do the math to fire around from Boston Harbor and have it land in San Francisco Bay in a freaking on a golfing green.
Yeah, why
Can
not?
you imagine the variables in that
The
math?
math on this shit, dude? You're gonna be having Einstein's fucking theory of relativity just to calculate the trajectory of this fucking.
Not just that
Missile.
variables. You have to think about trade winds. You have to think about temperature variances, pressures, storms, anywhere.
The
You know what I
math is
mean?
gonna be insane, dude.
Well, back to local, we got this Clarksburg family that calls for stricter code enforcement after losing their house on a fire.
Hold on. You
Yeah.
know, just because you dumbass. I mean,
No,
what happened?
no. I looked into this one.
Okay.
This family has an abandoned house behind their house. There's a lot of abandoned properties in West Virginia. People
Oh.
die and they have no one to give it to, and it just sits there. You know, and there's crazy squatter laws here.
Mm,
Um, you have to have lived somewhere for like you have to be able to show you've lived somewhere for 20 years before they're allowed to just kick you out, and you actually have squatters' rights.
okay.
So you
Okay.
can't just move into an abandoned property
I kind of like.
necessarily.
Yeah, I kind of like that.
I do too. So I can come home and kick someone the fuck out of my house. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Because you got some squatters like 6 months later, like you cannot kick them out for like take an act of Congress to kick them out. You know.
Oh, it's a civil thing. You have to go to a court
I know, but I'm
about,
saying it's
yeah.
impossible.
Oh, yeah, it takes forever and it's expensive.
Yeah.
But anyway, they complained to the city several times because this building was just not safe and it was right next to their house. And they were pointing at the electrical lines and specifically saying, look at this. This whole building's about to come down. What's going to happen to those power lines?
Mm-hmm.
And they brought it to the city several times. And then exactly what they said was going to happen happened on, I think it was Thanksgiving dinner or maybe Christmas dinner, New Year's Eve dinner. I don't know, one of these things. They all got together. Kid went back to his own house, got a phone call to come back to his parents' house because they were all sitting in the car watching their house burn down.
Wow.
They contacted the city, asked them for all of the documents that they had, put in, they had
Play.
concerning their complaints.
Yeah.
No
The
documents
only thing
found.
they had was a photograph that it looked like the guy didn't even get out of his car to take a picture of.
Mm.
So, and they're not even talking about suing the city because the city burned this guy's house down. They're just
Mm.
talking about bringing stuff up to code. Is
Mhm.
actually what they said is we need to bring things up to code, even if it's abandoned. And that's messed up. Could you imagine watching your house burn down because the city didn't give a shit about an abandoned property near you?
Yeah. Well, that's I think city employees it should be only hired by like 5 year terms. After that, you move out because they get too comfy with the job.
Maybe, but if you got someone who's good at their job, you want them to keep doing it too.
Yeah,
So
but
maybe 5 years, and then you can sign on for another 5, like a military contract.
no, I mean, you get it's like politicians. As soon as they get comfortable, they just know the way around and have to.
Yeah, but the city would still be able to fire him. It's not like they're just getting elected because of their name. You
Yeah,
know what I
no,
mean?
but
It's like
look what happened here. This guy, like, all right, we get to it, and then just it been there forever. Like after 5 years, you're not gonna get comfortable with the job. You have to like,
yeah. Unfortunately, something horrible has to happen for everyone else to pull their heads out of their asses when it's
yeah,
that. You know what I mean? And check this out. This is town called Marmot, and I want to say, yeah, it's in Kanawha County out here in West Virginia.
Mhm.
Uh, at like 5 o'clock in the morning, this dude driving down the road backs his truck up, hooks it up to a trailer on the side of the road, and drives off with a fucking excavator owned by the town.
Oh boy.
And there's pictures of the truck, and then there's pictures of the truck with the it attached. I was
Mm.
like, the balls to steal an excavator.
God damn.
It's crazy thing is I've been looking at some of these the smaller ones.
Oh, they're badass, dude. They're badass.
Yeah, that you
You
can
got a
take like
tractor and excavator.
well, I got tons of work to do in the yard and I'm
Yeah.
on a fucking mountainside and I got stuck trees to pull out. I was
Mhm.
looking at some of these smaller used ones that,
Yeah.
can still pull a tree out of the ground. Used, they're still selling for like 20 grand
Yeah.
for the good ones anyway.
You guys saw the like tractor /
Well,
excavator.
maybe you can get your hands on this secondhand Town of Marmot one.
Maybe I can
You
get a
should talk
black
to
market.
somebody.
But I'm not talking about the one that's a lawnmower. I'm talking about it actually isn't like the treads like an excavator, but it'll only do like 10 tons.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So like you could tow it behind your pickup truck that's gas powered without a huge engine. But the one this guy stole,
It's an actual excavator.
well, they're all actual excavators. It's not used for mining.
Yeah, I mean, like
But
actually mid
yeah, the guy
size.
had a big diesel truck with dually rear tires and everything.
God damn.
I was like, the balls, dude. If you get busted, you are so fucked.
He did.
We'll see, dude. We'll see. They didn't publish the well. If they had the plate, they wouldn't even bother putting the pictures out, would they? They just would have knocked on his door, and be like, "Hey, that's ours."
Well, there's some excavators out there, dude. They got the GPS code. So
Yeah, 'cause it's expensive equipment.
yeah, like
Yeah.
they leave it like
Oh, yeah.
open ground, and it's like, and you have to put like the code, like you have to call it like, hey, can I get a code? Like who's this? And you can like tell them who it are, and they give you a code that activates it.
Not okay. That's not a terrible idea, but you
Yeah.
could still have your equipment stolen by then.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Why don't you put a freaking AirPod on all of them so
No,
you can
no,
always find where it is?
No,
You
but
mean
there's a special one.
like an air tag?
G track.
That's what I meant. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, no, the G track. Like, and you cannot just activate it because it's satellite connected.
Yeah, and you could shut it off
Yeah.
and you have to turn it on.
Or you know where it is. Like, hey, I missed my excavator. Oh, what's the serial number? Okay, this is it's over here, you know.
But yeah, I mean, this is tech we have on our cell phones.
Mm-hmm.
We can use with each other's cell phones. Like, why don't you have it attached to this heavy equipment?
Yeah.
But you're just leaving on the side of the road.
Probably
At
gonna
least-
track it like
At
that
least put a
some of the-
padlock through the trailer hitch hookup, right?
Yeah, that's true too.
Yep. At least slow it down a little bit.
Jeez. All right. The new year has rung in.
Mhm.
Glad we didn't hear about a ton of terrorism. I thought we might.
Well, no,
lot-
dude, there's a lot of
A lot of
happened-
threats.
No, in France. You haven't looked at what happened in France and all the European countries.
That was more that okay. I'm referring to like I was expecting a bombing in Times Square
No,
kind of
they're
thing.
like fireworks that set like like this got those flare fireworks that hitting people's fucking rooms, the
Yeah.
bars and bars.
That might just be drunk assholes too, though. Not actually terrorism.
Muslims don't drinks.
Okay. Well, well, I was about to say they also don't invade, but that's not true.
Yeah,
But apparently they stopped one. FBI claims credit for stopping one terror attack somewhere in the States. I don't remember where. But there was a fire in a bar in the Swiss Alps,
Mm.
and it was like that Great White concert. Remember that, Brian? We
Yeah, I
were
do.
doing
I
the
do.
show when that happened, weren't we?
We were. Yep.
I think
Where
we
the-
covered that,
I'm pretty sure we did, because we're both Great White fans.
or
You
at least
know-
recognize the name.
Yeah. Well, I was a Great White fan. They were more my time.
But yeah, 40 people died. Just like at 40 people died at the Great White concert.
Mhm.
Maybe I'm just pulling that. Maybe I'm just thinking biblical because you see 40 a lot.
Mm.
And another 115 have been injured, and that is terrible. I don't have all the details, but I'm just hoping to God that it wasn't like the Great White concert when they chained
Well,
the emergency exit shut.
No, I don't think that. It sounds like it was in a basement type deal. There was one staircase up and out. There wasn't enough emergency exits. because it was in a
Like an
basement type
underground bar,
deal. Yeah,
like Cheers,
yeah.
like Cheers.
Yeah. And it seems like what they're suspecting is that at midnight they had like bottles with sparklers in them, and then the sparklers caught the ceiling on fire.
God,
Oh
damn, see?
man,
Mm.
yeah. And I hate to say it, but how many people would not have died had panic not struck?
That's probably too.
Half of them. I bet.
Yeah.
But, at
Yep.
the same
But
time,
everyone,
like this is why you don't have open flames in a closed space.
Well, that's another thing too. Yeah.
or at least if you're gonna at least keep an extinguisher nearby, you can put it out in a hurry, right?
Yeah, but how many people go in the party like, hey, let me see what the X's are. Let me see what the signature are. If
Well,
you
I do, but I've
ex-military,
also had
probably
I've had extensive training in fire
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
Mhm.
Do you guys check the exits when you go somewhere?
Yeah, usually face the door.
Yeah, keep your back to the wall. Know where the
Yeah.
door is. Know where the other exits are.
What's
Yep.
the name of that Western guy that got killed?
Got killed?
Yeah, the
Clint
cowboy.
Eastwood.
No, they got killed
What?
by. He was playing poker. He got killed in the back of the head because he was.
Oh
facing-
my God, the dead man's hand.
Yeah, Wild Bill Hickok.
Yeah, Hickok.
Yeah, he was.
What's
facing
funny is I still don't know what the dead man's hand is, but every
No.
time it shows up, someone says it to me. I'm like, oh, and then I forget what it is within an hour. Was it like aces and sixes or something like that?
I don't know because that's the head that he was out that day.
Michael might be able to help us out on this one.
Mhm.
He might as he's googling to make us look stupid. uh oh, you go. Congress is looking to reclaim some relevance after basically giving up their authority, and
Yeah.
they're blaming Trump. But I'm like, we've been
No, this
talking
has
about
been going
this.
on for a long time before Trump. This has been happening for several administrations. Both
Well,
Democrats and Republicans have
I
Congress
guess
people
just to
have
stay
a
face
lot
on what's going
happened.
on.
Yeah.
what? Yeah, I mean, just think about the alphabet agencies, right?
Mhm.
That's all those people do in Congress's job for the most part,
Yeah.
except for FBI and a handful. But Congress doesn't do shit anymore. Shit. How many times has the president of the United States use military force against a foreign nation without Congress?
Since 90 in the 90s.
Vietnam, Korea.
That's true. Yeah. After World War II, actually.
Yeah, exactly. World War
Mhm.
anything after World War II. And they finally signed something saying the president can do immediate actions or whatever. But like we had sustained conflicts in Korea, in Vietnam, in Afghanistan, Iraq. So we'll see if Congress is actually looking to do their job, or if they still want to take half the year off, you know,
Mhm.
and get paid was it
$135,000 a year.
I wanted to say 260.
Like a less, it's about that 100, six figure.
And what is it? It's not even one full term they get their full life, their entire life,
Three
I
right?
thought it
terms.
had to
Three
do with one
terms.
term.
They
To
had to
get
finish a
it.
term.
Three
It's three
terms.
terms.
Yeah.
I don't understand why we're paying people
For
for
fucking public service for the rest of the life.
yeah when they're not doing the public service
Okay,
anymore.
the other one,
Exactly.
you know what? The other one too is the president. I don't think he should be paid full term. I mean, retirement after. Like, if you were such a great executor, don't you think another company would hire you right away because you know how to manage fucking millions of
Yeah,
people?
but what are you gonna go on and do after being I mean, I guess go make money.
Well, you executive, you're
Public
a
speaking,
CEO. CEO.
That's what they all do and write books.
and
Yeah,
they end
but
up
I
on
say that. Okay,
board of
but you
directors.
you're the CEO of the fucking United States, basically. So you can literally become a CEO for a company too.
Yeah,
So why don't
yeah.
you go
Or how about we just reduce their
a
annual
hundred
income
thousand?
of the president to 100 grand? Yeah,
Yeah, a thousand.
once they're out of
If you're such
office,
a good executive, you're gonna make
you,
money.
you're gonna find a way to make money with that 100 grand.
Yeah.
Exactly. Let's be 100% real here. If I had $1 million cash, I could turn that in. I constantly turn that over into more money. It's actually
Yeah.
not that difficult by paying a little bit of attention. The problem is you need a decent amount of capital to get started, or else you're gonna be
Yeah.
going from $20 and it's gonna take you 12 years to get to $20,000. You know what I mean?
Right.
Uh, and once you get to $7.5 million, at least in the United States, uh, you no longer have to work. And
Mhm.
oh, really? Like one, I hear people saying you don't need that much, and I'm saying
All
no. This is
right. We've got the Google search in. The ace of spades is the death card. That's as close as I know to the death hand.
so maybe it was aces and sixes,
He
Mm.
says it could be black aces and black eights.
eights maybe. I mean, aces and eights sounds right too. Never a big card player, but every time I played, someone always pointed it out to me.
This is
Uh,
kind of fun having the streaming going again.
yeah.
Getting
Okay,
some
okay.
interaction going.
Dead man's hands is a poker referred to specific consistency of two pairs of blacks and two blacks eights.
Aces and eights, black.
Eights. All right. Aces and eights, all black.
As families associated with Wild Bill Hitchcock.
Yeah, that's what we said. Yeah,
Yep.
you called it.
There you go.
All right.
Two
Look at
eights, two
that.
aces. Black, yep.
Can't let that knowledge disappear.
Well,
But
don't ever face your back at the door ever.
yeah, yes.
Oh my god, it's so annoying. Like, oh my god, I can't see her. I can't see her. I need to face.
My wife won't do it either. She won't. She always has
Won't
to
you-
have back to the wall.
Especially the booth chairs are those at the back of the wall, and the comfy chairs are like uncomfortable ones in the front. They're like, Girls like, why can girls sit in the booth? Are you gonna fucking knock out the guy who's trying to kill us?
Oh, excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, the point I was making about that $7.5 million is at that point, you can put it in a checking account and you're going to create enough interest alone.
Just to live out.
Yeah.
And yeah, you never have to touch the principal and it actually slowly grow because you're probably not going to use all the interest every month.
Nah.
So yeah, if you get your hands on $7.5 million, seriously, just put it aside. Don't go buy yourself a couple nice cars because you won $10 million lottery.
Well, they depreciate your value as soon as you draw off the lot, you know.
Well,
It's,
if you
yeah, actually, it's just more like an old man game because you're already like, I don't have to press nobody. I don't have to go as fast. I need a fancy new cool game. I mean, new toys and stuff.
Well, if I had enough money, I would buy all sorts of crazy toys.
Yeah, but you're not.
I'm not going to say $10 million is enough to buy a freaking $250,000 car. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
Anyways,
I would love to drive me a Bugatti Veyron,
yeah,
whatever it is.
Probably rent to get it out of your system.
Yeah, I know. I would wreck it.
Well, the new mayor of New York City
my God.
had a block party.
Oh yeah,
Very socialist and very communist of him.
Oh,
Yes.
nice. What
There was
happened?
no food or bathrooms provided for the guests.
Hold on,
So it was probably worse than the Times Square on New Year's Eve.
Okay, let me ask you this: is this usually a porta john? I mean, it's usually a porta john in big events. Yes or no? You know, I'm
not in Times Square.
All right, but I say food. You expect the food and the fucking
street meat. There's no music. No, this was like his big party.
Yeah, but I said mayor. Like, okay, I was up with the mayor. I would open up to like vendors. Like, hey, look, I could go bring you food trucks in here and sell fucking food. You know.
Yeah. Realistically, all you had to do was contact the food trucks, and they would have shown up.
Yeah,
if they don't even
charge them.
Crowd,
yeah,
if they think there's a chance for profit, they will be there.
Exactly, and that lets you know how much these socialists think ahead. They had no idea how any of this works. There was no food, there was no music, there's nowhere to freaking take a leak. So obviously they're pissed on New York City.
Yeah,
and it turns out they put all these people, they corralled them together and put them behind barricades.
Oh my God!
So like they didn't feed you. They put
even
you
the cops
cages.
didn't know which was going to be the entrance and the exit and all that.
Oh my God! No coordination. It's gonna be a shit show the next couple of years over there, dude.
It can only get so bad because New York State and the federal government will say you're not allowed to do that. And then when it doesn't work out, they're going to blame everyone except for the people involved in the program.
The people are not going to learn. Not going to learn.
No, because they genuinely think that communism will work, but they don't realize. Yeah. It's like, oh, well, who's going to take more than they need? I was like, bitch, you weigh 280 pounds. That's something that people are complaining about.
This is the perfect opportunity. Like, hey, look, bring your food trucks. I'm not going to charge you, whatever. And you just charge your taxes. That's it, you know?
Yeah.
You don't even necessarily have to do that. Just at least throw the party for everybody. Even say tax-free. We're not going to collect any money on this.
Yeah, because eventually they're going to spend in the city, you know?
Exactly.
But yeah, all these people came to party. You know what I mean? They're going to do something besides just street meat from food trucks.
Some of the people said, I would have had a better experience than watching this at home on TV type deal, you know?
Well, one of the guys actually said that he was behind the barricades and ended up watching it on the screen.
Oh,
anyway,
yeah, you watched it on the big screen TV. Yeah.
Oh, my God. So much fun.
Oh, my goodness. But yeah, I was reading an article earlier. Someone shared on the social medias about the SNAP thing going into effect with like sodas.
Oh, yeah.
And like, oh, you're really that hateful that you're not going to let poor people have, you know, yada, yada, yada. And I was like, no, the issue is you're using my tax dollars because you absolutely need this to survive. If you absolutely need to survive, you don't need the soda. You could be even Gatorade, I'd be okay with. I was like, the problem is you have blood type pudding and you want me to keep feeding you, and then you want me to pay for your fucking bypass too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Does no one else see the problem with this?
Oh, everybody sees it. Oh, well, they don't want to admit to it.
So
no, you know what? No, they don't realize it does. This shit is bad. Because it's just shitty now, dude.
Well, I don't think they understand that where this money comes from. They think it's legitimately free.
Yeah,
And then it's like, who's paying the doctors? Who's paying the nurses? Who's keeping the lights on
the
at the
government,
hospital?
the government, the government.
Ain't
Yeah,
nothing
yeah, but
free.
that
That's
came out of your pocket.
They don't see that shit because they don't work.
I love it even better when people complain because they get their paycheck. Look how much the government took.
You know what? Honestly,
And then you're like, yeah, you're gonna get all of that back at the end of the year. You're literally not paying taxes.
Right.
If you get assistance from the government, you're not getting income tax back.
Well, no, if you're getting assistance from the government, any tax you did pay is coming back.
Yeah.
That's what's that thing. And they're like, oh, free money. I was like, no, it was your money that you gave the government without.
No, but I said like if you get government assistance, like this fucking you need government child daycare, you're not gonna get your money back. No, that's it.
Well, that is the issue of filing your taxes correctly too.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't give them the money in the first place at that point.
Yeah.
Most W-2 workers get a refund every year.
Yeah.
Hey, I swear, Brian and I bring this up every year too. It's not free money. That's your money. You gave the government an interest-free loan that they went and spent on, for all you know,
Yep.
bombs to give to Israel. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then when it's time to give you back your money, they hit a button and it just magically appears because that's how we make money these days. We don't even have to print it.
Yeah.
All right. You see this? Mamdani said something about a vow to what is it? Swap rugged individualism with the warmth of collectivism.
No fucking communism.
Communism. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, so you don't want me to be able to go out and survive on my own. You want me to depend on the entire community.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the thing. Have a look at North Korea from orbit at night.
They're not really
Lights in China, lights in South Korea. The warmth of collectivism is dark.
Very dark.
I mean, literally dark. There's no lights. There's not enough energy to go
like
around.
that because it's like light pollution. You can see the stars. You can travel the way you're supposed to travel. But
Hey, if that's legit, what's going on over there? Bravo. No,
If
I
they get
love it.
more than they pay, it's a grant
all right.
for people paying in on their taxes. You know.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Even better than a grant. How about you get not even a rebate? What do they call it when you don't have to pay as much tax? Yeah, a rebate. You get to basically turn around and say, I already paid this tax. They hold on to it until you
Credit.
owe tax.
It's a tax
Yeah,
credit.
credit. Okay, credit's a good word for it. Okay. Yeah. I already paid more. They hang on to it until you need to pay taxes, and then they collect from that. Jeez. And it's funny. Yeah, I know I say you're not paying any taxes. These folks are probably paying their state taxes, though. Speaking of, as Brian leaves, Michigan has I wish Brian was here. He would know this better than me.
Okay.
But their gas tax, their marijuana tax, and their minimum wage have risen since the first.
Yeah,
As Brian's back from peeing, huh?
I think you know what? Why are we doing like only $1? We need to bump this minimum wage to $30, dude. $30 fucking dollars.
You sound like a communist.
Good.
Why not 40?
You know what? You're right. 50. Fucking 50. Even 50.
No, seriously, why not $100 an hour? Then everyone can afford everything.
If affordable living, you know.
Yeah, you got to be able, and you need a
you're not doing
balance,
living wage.
Right?
You're doing affordable living, $100 an hour. We need to start claiming this shit, dude. So they fucking learn. You know what? You're not gonna learn until you fucking get in your way.
Because obviously, mom and pop down the street running their little deli have so much revenue coming in that they can pay me $100 an hour to run the counter when they're going to church. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that won't affect the prices either. They're going to pay me $100 an hour, and magically more than $100 an hour product is going to be sold when I'm there. So Brian, have you purchased any marijuana since you've been in Michigan?
No.
Are you lying because other people are listening to this?
Well, he got a headphone. Oh, yeah, he got headphones. Nobody listens to it.
He's doing a live broadcast and recording a show, dude.
Oh, got you.
No, I would never do that.
No.
Okay. Well, apparently the taxes on that went up, and I'm curious what they
and
are
and I
now.
and I and I learned about that more yesterday. It's basically it's not a tax on consumers, it's a tax on the actual dispensaries.
Yeah, and
They've got
that
to
yeah,
pay more to get their product from the state of Michigan.
well, which is obviously going to get included into the price that's being sold to the customer, though, right? So
Yeah,
it's not a
yeah,
sales tax, but it's
right.
still getting handed to the same people. The consumer always pay the
Yeah,
tax, right?
yeah. Uh-huh.
All right. I'm just curious what it is because Massachusetts, when I left, was 17%.
Mhm.
Mass didn't screw around. They're like, hey, it's illegal in the country. It's only legal in a handful of states that are going to allow it. Let's go ahead and do it and make some money. And I was like, good. At least you're doing it the right way. You know what I mean? If you don't want to legalize it, at least do it in terms of let's make some money to pay to fix these fucking roads. Because Brian,
Yeah,
you
it's
know as well
basically
as I.
24% wholesale tax levied on the product.
Ooh, okay, wholesale. That makes sense. That's why it would affect the manufacturers, the distributors, the
Yeah.
retail outlets more. But Brian, you know as well as I, the roads get destroyed in the winter up north, don't they?
Oh yeah.
You get that the moisture gets into the roads and it just cracks apart, then crumbles. Uh, and that's when you wonder, hey, why am I paying so much gasoline tax in Massachusetts, which is supposed to pay for fixing the roads,
Yeah.
but I'm
And
still
the
weaving down
chat
my
is
road.
saying that the gas tax in Michigan is at 46 cents a gallon.
Oh my God. So what is it like 25%?
Pretty much.
Yeah, no wonder why gas costs more in Michigan. It's not the fucking president of the United States, it's Michigan.
Exactly. We got to fix our potholes in the road because they develop daily in the winter.
Don't fix them.
Hey,
You
you know
know
what you
this as
can
well
do?
as I. And
You know
at a
what you can
certain
do?
point, you say it's time to rip the road up and put a new one in. But
You know
no,
what
they
you can
come in and
do?
they fill the fucking cracks in the road. It looks
You know
like
what you can
putty,
do?
right?
You can do put drop peanuts on there.
In the
Okay.
pothole.
Yeah,
Yeah, that happened. Where was that?
I forgot where, but it's affected.
We talked about this on the show. Yeah, someone drew a cock in a pothole and the city came and paved over it.
Yeah.
And it's like, huh?
Quickly.
Good. Yeah, good for you guys.
Hey,
It's like, if that's
look
all
what
you got to
happened.
do.
Look what happened with the LGBT cross sign. They came and cleaned it the next day within the hours.
Yeah, we talked about it in last week's show.
I know.
So why are people in California mad about no tax on tips?
I thought they like taxes.
Well, California is one of many blue states that are refusing to adopt this no tax on tips policy locally.
Mm-hmm.
So
Um,
federally, there's no tax on tips, but they still got to pay state taxes on their tips.
Yeah,
correct. Massachusetts is one, New York, Colorado.
all the blue
Interesting.
states.
Interestingly, no, Michigan is not on that list, but that's only because Michigan has something in place that they mirror the federal policy on taxation.
Mm.
So whatever the federal government does, they do.
That kind of like, yeah.
So I was like, all right, I can understand that at least, right?
Right, that makes sense.
But yeah, and it's uh, my sister. It's funny. My sister's a freaking organic chemist, right?
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
What she okay? I say that she has a degree in organic chemistry. She's a masseuse,
Okay.
making about as much money working far few hours, by the way, than an organic chemist. And I was thinking, I was like, I wonder how much tips they get, and if that, then I was like, ooh, I wonder if tips at a massage place is like against the law, like as if it was like whoring. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, it depends on if there's a happy ending involved.
I suppose. And I got a feeling she's not working in a place like that. But uh, yeah, it's just they like the idea of no tax on tips. When Kamala Harris said the same thing in her campaign when she copied Trump's platform, and it was brilliant when she copied Trump. Right?
Right, exactly.
As soon as she leaves, it was the dumbest thing they ever heard again.
Of course.
And that's why I just can't take these folks seriously. It's one thing if you disagree with me, even without really good reasons. But when you're just ignoring the reality in front of you and then turning around and if you're gonna flip flop opinions, don't call people Nazis for having different opinions.
Right.
All right. All right. The courts have been busy, not only with the National Guard thing, but I don't know who Jan Crawford is. Jan Crawford skew. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Her name is Jan Crawford. She skewered the liberals. She's from CBS.
Right.
She went off on liberals saying, I'll talk about the Supreme Court, saying it's corrupt and it's a bunch of Nazis, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. She said, it's been a mostly conservative Supreme Court for like 20 years. This moves back and forth. This is how the system works. It's how it's supposed to work.
Yeah. For as long as I can remember growing up, it was a liberal court.
Yeah. And I laugh too when you say it's a conservative Supreme Court. I was like, how? What makes it a quote conservative Supreme Court?
Because they know the Constitution.
What was that?
They follow the Constitution.
Well, Amy Coney Barrett and what's his name there that the Dems tried to kill, Kavanaugh,
Yeah.
have voted against the quote conservative justices several times.
Yeah, but because they follow the Constitution, but they're still gonna call it conservative, you know.
Exactly. That's what's crazy is they vote against the way the Republicans want often enough. And it's like, well, that's the way we read the Constitution. I don't care if it pissed you off. But then you get Ketanji Brown Jackson, who's going to freaking Gemini or Grok AI asking it advice on legal stuff. And it's like,
Right.
what? Have you read her statements that have
It's
come
too
out?
fucking long, dude. Too fucking long.
And it's ridiculous. They're written like as if AI did it. It was like, it was
Yeah.
a warm June afternoon. Rain might come in later. She could feel the moisture in the air. And it's like, what the
Yeah.
Shoot, even Keegan was like, that bitch is out of her mind. Here we go. This says Supreme Court could take up a case about the 14th Amendment and what Trump has been trying to do about birthright citizenship. The Supreme Court could always pick up a case.
I think they're going to redefine it. There's a case going up right now that they've agreed to listen to about this.
Oh, so they've already agreed to listen to it. They could redefine it in this case.
Yes.
See, here's the thing: is it depends on what you think redefine what the original definition is.
Right.
Because I'll say the way it's written absolutely matters. It really does. But at the same time, this amendment was clearly put in place to saying anyone who's been here and born here as a slave is now a citizen.
Right.
Yeah, because they were subject to our laws.
And it could have been written better, but it's also possible that language has evolved so long since then.
Yeah, because
It's like Guapo just said, subject to the laws therein.
Yeah, like I always make fun of British because they're not citizen; they're subject to the king. You know, and basically
Correct.
Like
but I'm also thinking this means illegal immigrants. They're not necessarily quote subject to the law.
But
Granted,
No,
they can be
and I
arrested, but
think
they
that's
tend to
the
get
direction
they tend
that
to get
Trump's trying to
But
deported.
go.
they
tend to get deported.
The subject means that you also have to, like, if they need military recruit people, that cannot be recruited because they're not up to our laws unless you go fucking French what's the name of the French Legionnaire?
Foreign Legion, it's a mercenary
Yeah.
group like Blackwater. And
Yeah.
you're crazy, Guapo, because I know more than one dude I knew in the Navy that got their citizenship by joining the U.S. Navy.
Yes, but they were citizens before that.
No, they weren't citizens. That's
I'm
how
sorry,
they got their
They
citizenship.
were green card holders before that.
Possibly. I didn't ask him a
Yeah.
whole lot about
No,
how
you
long
have
they.
to be. You have to have at least a green card in order to join the
Okay.
military. Yeah,
Yeah, I knew
You-
two.
you
Two
cannot be
Chinese
illegal
dudes.
because if you're illegal, you already get deported. You know, you cannot go
Yeah.
to the military like, hey, I want to join. Like, okay, you got a green card. Like, no, Then you get fucking
Well,
sent.
you say that, but in times of war, all sorts of crazy stuff happens when people try to sign
But
up
we're not
too.
in time of war right now, so.
No, but for example, Ukraine is, and they are accepting people that are not Ukrainian
But
citizens.
we're not in that fucking we're not in that situation right now. We're in like quote
Exactly. Like you
quote
said, right now, that's the key phrase there.
because at the same time, why would you accept members from Russia? I mean, the Russian here illegal. You're gonna accept it to be subject to you. You
No,
know
you're
what I
right.
mean?
You would have to have crazy vetting systems in place to make sure that they're even safe to be in the country,
Yeah,
and then make
Right.
sure that they weren't here to actually steal like
that's it.
nuclear weapon
So
technology,
now, in
right?
this and the same hand, I mean, the same phrase. Let's put Chinese people having kids in here, move having kids citizen, then move back to China, then become fucking congressmen. You know,
Isn't that exactly what we? Yeah, we
that's why they.
exact.
That's why we're going through this right now.
Yeah, exactly. Because they're gonna. Well, Obama brought up the anchor babies.
Hmm.
They're walking across the border, or flying in, popping out a baby. Boom, the kid's a citizen. They go back to China. Kid goes through school, being indoctrinated in China, comes back to the United States at 30, becomes a congressman, works his way up. That could be a real issue, couldn't it?
Yep.
And Obama was the one who brought this up as a major point. You bring it up
Right.
now, and you're some freaking xenophobic something phobe, right?
Yeah, I know.
Well, nobody remembers what Obama said.
No, we didn't put attention to that shit.
I
Unless
remember
you're
Obama
fucking new,
saying,
unless you're a
I remember,
news junkie like us.
yeah, well, you should have had a better father.
Hmm.
After he killed an American citizen child overseas with a Ginsu bomb. Uh, oh, okay, this one bothers me. And not for the reason why you might think, but Trump admin is not allowed to share the Medicaid data of immigrants with like ICE, according to a
Uh-huh.
judge. I
Right.
don't understand why you couldn't unless it was specifically specified you couldn't. Like the government's the government, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it specifically says that when you are
Well,
fingerprinted for the
blue
service,
states sued to prevent this happening because it's being used in deportation. So
yes. Oh my God, you're giving
the
illegal immigrants Medicaid that you swear to God isn't happening.
right.
I mean, it's one thing when like the military fingerprints you for identification
Mhm.
purposes, but that information is actually protected because of laws saying that's not going to be used for anything besides identification of like remains. They're not gonna go through the military database of fingerprints looking for a suspect of a break-in.
Yeah.
But that specifically has a law. Not if anything, that doesn't specifically has a law saying you can't share information across military government,
Right.
then they're allowed to, I think.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
sharing information is completely different than like enacting laws that you weren't necessarily
yeah,
given
yeah. I
authority to
think
do.
you create fences so they don't, I said that you have to have like a really good warrant. Just like, okay, I need information this specific person. Okay, cool. Show us the warrant. Why?
I'm sure you guys have caught this Nick Shirley thing.
Oh, damn, man. You know what? I'm pissed off in a lot of
Who's
ways.
not? Everyone's pissed off about
No,
this one,
because
actually.
okay. So all these motherfuckers are buying all this fancy stuff, cars and stuff. I wish I was a car dealership over there selling their fucking cars and shit. Because you're not gaining the system, but you're gaining because they're gaining the system. So it's not you like third party, you know.
Yeah. Well, he's the one who. It's funny. The wife was like, "I've heard about this fraud.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't heard about this Nick Shirley guy yet."
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "That's because you don't follow news. She gets what comes across her Facebook feed, you know."
Mm-hmm.
And I was like,
But
"No,
he's famous now.
yeah." And he started out. Well, we'll get to that in a minute.
But he's not bad
But
at
he
fucking
exposed a massive childcare scam in Minnesota.
yeah.
Uh, and he used to be uh, doing stupid pranks on YouTube, like
What?
flying to New York City with his buddy without his parental consent when he was a teenager,
Mm. How do you know about this? You look at the CNN because I went to his background.
How do I know it?
Yeah.
You shared the article about what he used to
No,
do.
no, 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 no. About him flying to New York City and stuff. And
Oh, it was in that article.
oh my god.
That's the kind of stuff he used to do on YouTube.
Well, I saw the new CNN were concerned about his. They were investigating him, not a fucking fraud. You know.
Yes, and the best part is they're saying stuff like, "Oh, what? You knocked on the door of the childcare? You expect him to just let you in and see the kids?"
No, but at least you could get
And
an application.
yeah, exactly. And I was like, No, I don't expect you just to be able to walk in and see the children. However, I expect someone to be able to open the door. Usually,
They're
there's a
like,
foyer that you
yeah,
basically get buzzed into,
yeah.
and then you go in there and talk. Like, how do you enroll your children if you can't get in or out of the building?
And you saw the way CNN did the investigation to make phone calls. It's just a fucking cell phone, though. Everybody get fucking lazy. Instead of
Well,
fucking going over there knocking door by door by door by door, see which how they look. They're like, hey, let me make phone call. Like, hey, and even that it proved to them that it's all fake because only
especially
what,
the one of them was like an early learning center, right? And they
yeah,
misspelled learning on the door,
learning,
leering. And
yeah.
then the phone number attached to it was the fucking governor's office. So you called Tim Walsh trying to get in touch with the early leering center. And yeah, I don't. The web page doesn't usually just go to a nowhere either. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah,
how do you enroll kids in these places if there's no,
a way to do it, you know.
yeah, no way to get in or get in touch with these people? And then there's the one white lady's like, "Don't open up, it's ice." If I was that dude, I'd been like, "No, I'm not. I should I call them though?
Mm-hmm.
Like, is this illegal?"
Yeah, what
Uh,
fucking liberal do? But I know what it's just annoying that CNN would not investigate the fraud. It would investigate the person
oh,
pointing
we
out the
got that.
fraud.
That's in here somewhere. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Uh, check this out though. I have an article here. That's why I wrote check the date and source. This is an ABC5 KSTP, a local Minnesota ABC affiliate.
Yeah, yeah.
January 28th, 2025.
Mm-hmm.
62 investigations underway involving federally funded Minnesota child care centers.
Mm-hmm.
So these guys covered this almost a year ago and put it out there,
Nobody
but now
cared.
it's complete garbage because it went national. And like Guapo said, they're trying to it's all ad hominem attacks. They're trying to attack the source of this information, not the information. And have you seen these memes like, oh, what if these places defended themselves like these right wingers say you should, and they just blasted them?
They got no fucking stand your ground laws in Minnesota. So what the fuck?
Of course
Yeah, and I was
not.
like, first of all, you don't just shoot someone for knocking on your door.
Yeah.
Okay, you don't.
Mm-hmm.
Second, he wasn't trying to kick indoors and look for children.
No,
And
it's like, hey, it's a
yeah,
business, and you should be open for business.
yeah. Especially because in government dollars. And there's a picture out there of this right winger MAGA went nuts and kicked in the door of a daycare center. Well, if you have a good look at that picture, the door wasn't kicked in; it was kicked out, and there was no bolt cylinder in the locking mechanism. So, like, that was bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and as this isn't happening and everyone's out of their fucking mind, the Democrats, Democrat in Washington anyway, is introducing a bill to make sure that these daycare centers cannot be like audited, basically. They can't be checked up on to make sure they're legitimate.
That's bullshit. If we got federal money going to these daycare places, any places, they should be able to be audited.
Yeah.
Taxpayer money going somewhere, we should be able to follow a trail of breadcrumbs to find out what the money is actually being used for.
Yeah, at least let us see that you have children in this place instead of just a freaking blacked out building with a locked door. Shit. When Nick Shirley went to the door, he was talking about enrolling his kid Joey, right? And the lady's like,
Little
why
Joey.
would you? She's like, why would you want to do that? And he's like, well, I want my kid in daycare. She's like,
He's white.
what? Why? He's like, well, I've heard good reviews. She's like, from who? It's like, that's a great way to sell your business, huh?
Yeah. No, but it was like, oh, you kids cannot go here because your kid's white too. Like,
Yeah,
okay,
I saw that. That came up. Got racist about it too.
yeah. This should be the meme, like learning center, a little Joe with a little sub, trying to go to
Yeah.
kindergarten daycare, but he can't because he's too white.
Well, and that's what
Right.
got me too, is I keep hearing how racist all this is. Is like they're
Hmm.
checking out child daycare and retirement home fraud. I was like, if you immediately jump to Somalians because of fraud, that's you being racist.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. I got to relieve myself. What else is going on, Brian?
Oh, we got Cash Patel saying that this $4 million taxpayer fraud is just the tip of the iceberg, and he's vowing to follow the money and protect the children.
I'm kind of glad about that, but Dan Bond, I mean, what's his name? Pam Bondi. She said like, oh, we are after this shit came up. She's like, well, we got 4 indictments back in March. Like, hold on, back in March.
More
So this
indictments
thing,
don't do shit.
no, but no, they got no indictment, but they got like people arrested stuff back in March, like prosecuted
Mhm.
completely. Hold on,
Right.
so this is before you time, so it's not you taking credit. It's just like gaslighting us about this shit, dude. It's like, no,
Right.
you need to go back investigate every fucking single fucking daycare, every fucking healthcare too. But apparently doing that with that, and people are pissed though. Even in Washington states are pissed too because apparently it's affecting them over there. You know,
And
but we'll
Trump's come
see.
out and said that he's got the real face of Minnesota fraud, and she's not Somali.
Probably a what liberal. Oh, Tim Walz.
So what?
Amy Bach is the executive director of the nonprofit Feed Our Future.
Okay, her name is Bot.
Bach.
Oh, okay.
BOCK.
I don't care what color her skin is. If she's committing fraud and taking taxpayer dollars, she should go to prison.
Yep.
And this is the problem: is like, well, white people are doing it too. It's like, good, put them in prison too,
Yeah,
right?
She looks awful white in this photo.
nobody's excusing her.
That exactly, Guapo. No one's excusing her for being white.
Yeah,
I want my tax dollars to stop being stolen because maybe if we weren't putting millions of dollars into people's pockets, if we took that money, we could
there
actually
would
do
be
some of these
less.
programs the liberals want so bad.
Yeah, it should be cheaper too. It's not going to be millions of dollars. Not going to be
Well, yeah, that
billions of
money
dollars.
could
It's
go
going to be
pay for something
millions.
else like roads.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we could get tax less.
Uh, uh, oh, there we go. You shit on this, and I heard people talk about us. What the fuck are they talking about now? I realized it was what I thought, but Guapo.
Oh,
People are
so
wondering if that this
it's gonna.
congresswoman that was murdered recently in Minnesota is related to this
Okay,
crackdown.
she voted against child daycare, the child fucking taxes go to illegal immigrants. I guess there was a
I,
vote on it.
I thought it was
She
already against the law to give illegal immigrants tax
well,
money.
this is a state. Okay, she was the speaker of the house, and she voted yes with it. It's gonna be we're not gonna do that. So apparently the person didn't like. I mean, could be one of the causes. I'm not saying that it is, but it's kind of connected the dots, in a way.
Maybe. I mean,
I mean,
interesting that.
your money's about to stop. How do you think you're gonna feel it?
How about you get a fucking job?
No, this is crooked people, dude.
Well, that's the thing, dude. You realize that like legitimate work, you could probably make more money, but maybe not than these childcare centers. People like slinging drugs on the side of the road. You could make more money going and paying to print some T-shirts than going to a concert venue, like a
Right.
local band
But
for
you
a local
ask,
band.
but
Yeah,
you
but then
ask.
and contact the local band in advance. Say, hey, I'll give you 10% of all my income for
Mhm.
selling merch for you guys. The
Mhm.
band
Yeah.
will do it, especially if it's a local band that doesn't make their own merch.
But now you ask about doing work, and people don't want to do that shit.
But
You-
it's
you-
easier than trying to sell drugs to people, avoid
I
cops,
understand,
worry about rival gets dealers.
I understand, dude, but look, man, is people just want to they want to have the easy way out, you know.
But that's what the crazy thing is. It's not easier. It looks easier, but now you're spending the rest of your life looking over your fucking shoulder because you know you've committed
I
crimes.
guess adrenaline, they like that shit, so you know.
Jesus Christ. All right.
Hmm.
But Trump went ahead and ended all child care payments to Minnesota over this. I'm assuming
Yeah.
this is a temporary thing until it's figured
Yeah.
out.
Until they can. Yes, exactly.
Hmm.
Uh I don't think the federal government should be putting any money into this, honestly.
Subsidizing anybody's childcare. If you
No, it
get,
should be a state program, state
yeah,
funds. If the
yeah,
state says these people deserve the money, they should come up with it instead of the federal government.
yeah. I don't know. This is why I'm scared of when that's fucking universal childcare. You know,
That's ridiculous. But
because
I also think
I
that,
think this is what they want. This is what they want. The fucking, it's gonna be the next what's the USAID? You know.
yeah. But I also think the federal government should be taxing way different. I've explained it several times on the show.
Hmm.
One
Yep.
more time. I think the state should be able to bring in more money than it is, especially cut the federal government out of taxation of the working class. Let the state government figure out how to collect the taxes, all of it. And then the federal government just gets a cut of that X%. And if you want to say something like, well, what about the state that doesn't collect any taxes? Fine, then they have no money for hospitals or roadways or emergency crews or any of that too.
Right.
And the federal government's not going to step in to help you because the federal government doesn't do that anymore. You're supposed to collect that tax. I think this would solve a lot of problems, keep certain things local. Federal government should go back to the way it was when it would only step in extreme cases.
Yeah.
Like actual market collapse. And problem is, what is the federal government really going to do in a market collapse? That's basically mean the dollar collapsed. Well, you're going to give us more dollars when it collapses? Ooh,
You
great.
know
That just
what?
makes it worse.
That happened ever since the fucking Federal Reserve stepped in back in 1913.
Uh,
There you go. See, you
no,
step on
I
that
used to
line.
be completely against the Federal Reserve, and now I'm curious. What would you do instead?
We were doing fine for 100 years before the Federal Reserve.
So when the federal government made the money,
They were not
or was
making
it
the
all
money.
state? Was it all state
Gold. It was
currency then?
gold. It takes a fucking a while to dig out gold, so you cannot reproduce gold.
So okay, so you're gonna have a fucking testing kit at your house when you're trying to sell something to make sure what they're handing you is actually gold.
Yeah, there's actually laser for that too.
Yeah, okay, you want to get the
Well,
laser.
how about this? You test it whenever you get cash too, don't you? Make sure it's legit pepper.
Not
And then it's printed.
necessarily, but it's easier to check a dollar bill for certain watermarks and such.
Same thing with the fucking coin. You could just a silver coin, you know.
Yeah, but no, but who would make the coins is what I'm saying.
Eventually people are gonna catch up to it, you know.
You want to
Because
get
that's
rid
what
of the
happened
Federal
with
Reserve, then who's going to make the currency if the Federal Reserve's not making the currency is my question.
For the Treasury doesn't charge the Mint.
So
Actually,
the federal
US
government,
Mint, the U.S. Mint in charge of the coin. They're still doing it nowadays.
cool. Okay, so you're saying return to a coin system.
Yeah.
Okay. That's carrying a lot of coins in you.
Look. We even we get paid. We didn't even get fucking coin no more. We get fucking digital. They can just print what they type in whatever they want.
No, I agree with you. I like the idea of a gold standard.
Yeah. Well, silver.
I still think a lot
silver.
of these states.
Silver is gold.
Well, yeah, we had a gold standard, then we got rid of that, and then Nixon got rid of the silver standard.
Nixon got to get rid of the gold standard.
I think it was the silver standard. Everyone always says
Go back.
gold, but I'm pretty sure I read up on this once and it was silver.
It was the gold standard ever since Nixon. Then after that, the fucking debt went up to say. Since Nixon,
right.
we had 32 trillion dollars, $37 trillion in debt now.
I still think states should start making their own currency again.
Yeah.
Like for real, why not? I see tons of benefits. One, your currency could mean more in your state than it would in other states, right? But like it's got actual gold in it, actual silver, because for
Yeah.
states to mint their own currency, it has to be a coin and it has to be gold or silver.
Mm-hmm.
Now it doesn't say how much gold or silver, so you might just have a little tiny piece of gold in a big giant zinc coin, right?
Right.
But
Yeah,
then
that's what.
even if shit hits the fan, you could pop that piece of gold out of that thing and you still have the gold that's worth that much money.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is a better idea because then when shit hits the fan, your dollar doesn't disappear. You still have gold
Yeah,
because it can't.
you
Then
can still
that makes
carry.
currency not disappear because it's got actual gold in it.
Mm-hmm.
Promise, value of gold keeps going up so fast. Shit, I don't even know what gold costs now, but I know when I sold my silver, I sold it at $58.75 an ounce.
It's
Gold
higher
is
now.
probably I knew it would be, but I needed it for my truck. I have more silver. I just needed currency then.
Mm.
Uh but yeah, I wonder what gold is sitting at. Is it over? It's got to be over 2K, right?
Yeah, probably. Let's see.
All right. Yeah, exactly. Go ahead and look it up. Now, Karen Bass in LA is saying that it's sad that Hispanics are
No, this
looking,
is this is a funny story.
yeah, they're joining Border Patrol and handling and doing this shit.
Four
And it's like
$1,000.
$4 grand.
Yes.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, around that.
I don't have a
See,
whole lot of gold, but I might want to
man.
sit on that for a little while longer
No,
still.
this is okay. This is just to show you how much inflation affected us the
The
last
dollar's
year.
lost value.
Yeah. People's
But
like,
here's the thing, Guapo,
oh,
is
it's
you
more
sell it
money. No,
high.
no, no, no. It's less money. Your fucking dollar's worth less now. It's just people don't
Yeah.
grasp the concept because it's so hard.
No, you're right. No, the dollar's worth like gold's not worth more. The dollar is
Yeah,
worth
but
less.
1 ounce is still 1 ounce.
Yeah, that's exactly what I've said is, and silver's a better measure than gold, I've noticed.
Yeah,
The gold to silver ratio has been fluctuating a
but
lot,
then
but
also at the same time, who's fucking whenever you buy silver from people, you need to have a physical possession. No, they promise, like yeah, we give it to you when you ask for it because they can just disappear.
yeah, I like buying it in person now. I was buying online and having it shipped, but that got expensive, believe it or not.
Yeah, you get it from the coin store, and you can probably buy it cheaper because they cannot hold that inventory that long. Like,
Well, that and you're not shipping,
yeah,
15 troy ounces in the mail too.
yeah.
Like it's not a ton of weight, but it's like an extra like $4 or $5 in shipping.
Right.
That's adding to what it costs you to buy your silver. Uh, and I don't know, man. Should we be buying more precious metal now? Do we see the dollar declining more, or do we
Well,
think
this.
it's not? It looks like it's leveling out, except for groceries, but gold keeps soaring, so I don't know.
I don't know.
Speculation's a dangerous thing in the market when people start
Yeah,
panicking.
yeah, because but eventually people are gonna start selling it, and it's gonna depreciate the value too.
Well, they started selling it. That's why it's jumping up. But then exactly, it's going to hit saturation where no one else
Yeah,
wants to buy more,
yeah.
and the price is going to
But
drop.
also too, we got the tariff income tax coming next year, which is not inflated because it's he didn't print that money. He actually we'll see how that affected too, because this is a new thing for me too, because inflation means you printing money. But this is not printed. This is like taxing the fucking things that come into the state.
Yeah.
Could be
What's
good.
interesting is if we're just going to print money as needed anyway,
Hmm.
why bother taxing people?
Yeah.
If the world's just
It,
going to accept the US dollar
at the
as the
same time,
reserve
we got
currency,
all these fucking things that like the childcare, dude. That's almost $9 billion, dude. 9 billion.
stolen.
Yes. Imagine if we had it stolen, it would have been back in the treasury. It would have been less. It would have been less. Less. They would have devalued less. The money less. That's
Well,
what I'm
here's the
saying.
problem. Here's the problem, Guapo. Just like they say about socialism, is you can vote your way, but you have to shoot your way out.
Mhm.
How do we fix the dollar after loosening the regulations on it so much? You'd have to destroy the currency of the United States and start a new one.
Well, that's the thing too. Like he
That's
went
why I
out,
like the idea of the states making currency also, is because you wouldn't have to
but
destroy the
I
US
think
dollar
what Trump want to
unnecessarily.
do, like pay back the Federal Reserve because apparently we make more money from there. Eliminate the fucking debt. And once you eliminate the debt, then you cancel it out. This is bullshit didn't work out correctly. Let's just cancel back to the gold standard.
Okay,
That's
and
that's
again,
easier said than done.
I know that's
yes,
what I'm saying.
and I'd like to point out again, the federal government does not have the authority to make dollar bills. They only have an authority to make coins. We would have to amend the Constitution if you want to have bills that the government made.
Anyways, let's move on.
All right. It's a more complicated subject, is my point, than a lot of people realize. Because like the currency has to come from somewhere, right?
No, it's just yeah. You the way you think about it is debt. You have to create debt in order to create money.
Kinda. I just want something that I want something to, as a placeholder saying I sold something.
Same thing goes with the Bitcoin. You know, in order to create more Bitcoin, you have to calculate who's like how was the. It's a bullshit fucking calculation just to create one Bitcoin.
Oh yeah, you need like crazy computers to sit there and do
Yeah,
math all day to
yeah.
mine Bitcoin. And I've made some money on Bitcoin.
Mm-hmm.
Uh I wish I had bought it when it was less than a penny a coin. That'd have been nuts,
Don't we
huh?
all hindsight 2020.
But I am terrified of Bitcoin.
Mm-hmm. That's
I
why
got a
my
weird
buy.
feeling it's here to take place of the currency of every nation on the planet.
We'll see. We'll see.
I think that's the plan behind it. And then shit, literally no such thing as a private purchase anymore.
Well,
Uh,
that's what that's you know. So you heard about the fucking pieces of eight from Spain?
the what?
The pieces of eight.
Pieces of eight?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, you need to do research. Well, Spain, they became the standard silver coin. The coin, you know, that's what the pieces of eight because you can fraction eight pieces. That's what they call
Oh,
pieces.
okay. I've seen that with
Well,
ounces of silver. You can break them into quarters.
yeah. Well, they stumble on the fucking big ass hill. I had to send you a video about it. It's all fucking silver. Okay.
So
Jeez.
comments from YouTube is silver was 80. Now they say it's going to be 150 out soon. And gold spot
Motherfucker.
is it? Gold is like 43, 45.67 right now.
Mhm.
So I should have sat on my silver, sold
Well, you
stock
don't know that.
instead.
You don't know that. You don't know
Well, I know
that.
it now.
Yeah, but you know, hindsight 2020, you know.
Exactly. But
And
well,
we should
that's
be
the thing
dollar
is,
cost averaging gold and silver. We're about to have a liquidity problem, more bank failures, and recession.
Mm.
yeah, yeah. I should have sold stock to fix my truck's brakes instead of
Mm.
selling silver.
Currency is
Anyways,
printed by the Treasury. Money is created by banks, lending it into existence.
Okay, well, he's using proper terms doing this, correct.
yeah.
Currency is actual government currency.
Mhm.
Money, and this is actually funny. I actually wrote a paper about this in school. Money is different. And where do you think the term passing the buck comes from?
You pass a deer to another person.
No, it's someone else has to pay for this.
Anyways,
But
yeah,
yeah,
the
Bass is.
silver, yeah,
Oh, God. No.
the silver. The Spaniards came across with the silver, big ass silver mountain. Okay, a mountain hill full of silver. Okay, guess what happened to the silver? The same thing happened when you print money.
Oh, they dumped it
Went
on the
down.
market at once and it all lost its value.
Yeah, same thing with Masa Musa. Remember they talk about Masa Musa a while ago?
It sounds familiar.
The African king that went across the fucking desert with a shit ton of camels full of gold.
Yeah.
He was handing people gold, and guess what happened to the fucking gold?
Yeah, because everyone locally had gold and they're like, what do I want more gold for?
Yeah, so they lost its value.
Something I brought up to you, Guapo,
Mm.
is I agree. Hold on to precious metals, but you're like, oh, if shit hits the fan, silver's good. And I was like, no, dude, shit hits the fan. I have 3 chickens that are
Mhm.
laying eggs for me, or I could eat
Yeah.
them, and you offer me silver. I'm gonna say, what the fuck am I gonna do with your silver?
Yeah, yeah, you have to like you have to
Like,
you see like it changed, what can you use for? Back to the barter
if
system.
if it's gonna act as an actual placeholder, that means there's some kind of community still.
Yeah, I mean
But
it's a barter system, what can you use for exchange of good, media
yeah,
exchange.
and if I'm having trouble eating them and keeping alive, I don't want your silver. I want a
Oh, fruits
freaking
or vegetable
I
you can
want a
get.
steak. Yeah,
Yeah,
right. Like, oh, you got beef. I have a bunch of chickens. Let's make a deal.
yeah. Then after a
Crazy
while,
thing is
things
the
settles down. Then you get to come with you did come out with the media exchange. Like, hey, what can I, you know?
by the way,
You need to read this book or listen to the book. Dan Brown, not Dan Brown, but fucking the descent of money throughout history. How money was used throughout history.
I've probably watched and paid a lot of attention to this a long time ago. It's fun watching you go through a lot of the stuff that I already did, Guapo, by the way.
No, I went through this shit a while ago. I got the book actually.
I know, but just like Brian and I was the guy going nuts about silver when we started the show, like
Yep.
shit, what, 15, 20 years ago?
I don't know. I've
Yep.
been talking to you guys about this shit too.
5 years, maybe?
I think it's longer than that. I still was in the Navy. That's 2015, 10 years ago. Yeah.
All right. So these South Africans Trump brought in the country that offended everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I guess one of them is in detention now.
Yes.
I'm not sure exactly what happened.
He heard that he was given asylum seekers, okay? But this guy he didn't go through the proper way. He just flew over here.
Oh,
Okay.
just moved here.
Yes, without fucking the betting system or anything like that.
So this isn't someone Trump brought over because they
Nope.
made it sound like Trump brought this guy over, then he committed
No,
a
you have to
crime,
go through a
and that just
background check,
which
stuff like.
made me laugh. It's like you're trying to prove something to me that like even this happens. Like, yes, people who come here still break the law, even if they're the people that you think are the good people.
Yeah, no, we don't know about this. He doesn't even know. Like the federal system know about this guy. Hold on, you from South Africa? We don't know nothing about you. Just because you're white, you say you're from South Africa doesn't mean you're white from South Africa. We know you could be Russian for South Africa.
Well, that's what gets me too, is you hear a lot of Americans talking trash about these white folk in South Africa.
Mm-hmm.
And like, well, how long have they even been there? And it's like, well, since before the Pilgrims landed in the United States.
Yeah, the Dutch. Well,
Yeah, the Dutch down there in South Africa got in South Africa before the English came to Plymouth, Massachusetts.
and nobody was in South Africa. It was too cold for the native South Africans to go down south.
Exactly. And now they're saying we should take over. This is ours. And it's like,
Nobody was there.
well, yeah, first of all, you weren't there when they showed up. And second, you think you can just take over their jobs? These guys have been farming for what, 500 years almost?
Yeah, I guess.
They thought it. They thought it. Look what it did to it. It's like Venezuela taking over the oil industry, from
Well,
Oh,
Chevron.
yeah,
Look
just
how that
do it.
turned
It's
out.
easy.
Zimbabwe. Look what happened to Zimbabwe. They kick up every white people farmer out of there.
Yeah,
They
and
were
then
struggling with the money.
hyperinflation kicked in because they kept printing money to fix the problem.
Yeah.
I think somebody on the show has a $3 trillion Zimbabwe dollar.
$100 trillion bill.
Yeah, I wanted to buy one. I saw one of once.
Yeah, I don't know where it is, and I'm upset because now to buy one it's like $15, and I got mine for like 87 cents.
Inflation kicked in Zimbabwe dollar.
Well, there's
Everybody
less of
wants
them to
it.
buy now. Yeah, there's less of them to buy now. But yeah, I used to flash it on the show. I was like, I have $100 trillion bill. Look at this shit.
But no, but this guy, we don't know. Just because he's white for South Africa doesn't mean he need to stay. He get to stay here. He need to go through a better system.
Mm.
He entered the country illegally, basically.
There you go. And so you're not dunking on MAGA by doing this. You're actually pointing out that, hey, look, even when white people come in this country illegally, they get arrested.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Uh see,
Yes.
I don't like that the Veterans Affairs Association or Veterans Association is VA and Virginia is VA.
Mm-hmm.
Because half the time I'm not sure what I'm looking at. But looks like the DOJ has filed an actual complaint against the Veterans Association for helping, or is it Veterans Association or
Virginia. It's
Virginia? Okay.
Virginia.
So Virginia is helping illegal immigrants get in-state tuition.
Yes. The state of Virginia.
And before someone says, "Oh, what's wrong with that?" Well, then how come the guy from fucking North Carolina can't get in-state tuition too?
Yeah. He's not legal resident for Virginia. He's illegal in Virginia.
That's just it blows my mind that the people involved in this shit don't realize that. It's like you're excluding 99% of the well, Virginia, 99.8, 99.9% of the country's population.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think this is to what I'm thinking. This is like a Glenn Junkin trap to keep the fucking Jay Jones occupies with this, so he cannot pass. Keep him busy with all those absurd things, you know.
So he doesn't assassinate a bunch of Republicans.
Yeah, because this is just perfectly timing at the end of the year. Hold on, how would he cast his on when Glenn Junkin was on? Unless he just left it there for a trap, you know, like something to keep the state the be what's it I can't even think of his title name. Jay Jones, the DA,
AG.
occupy the district attorney.
No, he's the AG. He's in charge of all the district attorneys.
Yeah, attorney general.
Yeah.
So instead of like enforcing the stupid laws, he's gonna be busy with this shit. And probably more is gonna come too. You know,
Maybe.
like a little traps to step in, like keep it busy for the next 4 years.
Maybe.
We'll see.
Meanwhile, Bernie Sanders is talking about how we need to halt AI production. And I was like, first of all,
I thought he would
China's
be.
not going to slow their AI down.
I thought he would be all like about it because the means of production is not gonna be. You're not gonna
No,
exploit
that's his
people.
problem. That's actually his problem, Guabo. Thank you for a perfect setup. He's saying, what is everyone going to do when they don't have a job?
Well, I
And
thought
my
he.
first thought was, stop bringing in illegal immigrants.
Yeah.
Oh, there's going to be no jobs available because of AI. It's like, well, then why are you bringing in tens of millions of people to fill jobs that nobody can do? It sounds like this is going to work out perfect, doesn't it?
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Not.
It's so frustrating to hear the lack of logic when these folks speak. And I get Bernie's a little different than your average Democrat, but he's a fucking moron too.
You're
Yep.
welcome.
How many Sander voters voted Trump? You know, a whole bunch.
Yeah, because it's not part of the mainstream.
I get that, but that's a reason to vote for someone.
Yeah, fucking.
Could I just run for
Dude,
president and have a whole bunch of Bernie Sanders supporters vote for me?
yeah, because if fucking dude, you're asking for common sense. This is illogical the way the fucking people vote, dude. They vote because of some other shit.
I can't imagine me running for office.
Because you're gonna have
One,
logic and not gonna like that shit. They want something from you.
yeah, they want something free.
Yeah.
And I'd be the guy be like, no, no, get off your fucking couch, do something, save some money. Uh, oh my God.
No,
Your brother Brian, he's been fairly successful with delivery systems, right?
Yep.
Seems like he understands pretty well and started out on the right foot. Didn't go down the wrong path like most people,
Right.
and has expanded and has many delivery routes, correct? And people that drive for him.
Yep.
Does he
Correct.
understand? All right, he probably understands, but people are gonna hate him. They're like, oh, other people are doing your work for you. It's like, oh, or they could just not do it. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And that's what gets me is people complain about this shit. It's like, well, then don't take the fucking job if it's not fair.
Yeah.
You agreed to the terms when you signed that contract for that job.
At least use it as a stepping stone. 3 years of it, at least you can rebuild your reputation, your resume, and move on to something better.
That's a big problem we have with Americans. They don't know how to put money aside.
They wanna
Ah.
they wanna live up to the Joneses.
Well, exactly. But the thing is, they'll spend more money than they bring in, no matter how much money they bring in.
Mhm.
You find people getting by on 30 grand a year in parts of West Virginia,
Mhm.
surviving and doing well enough. But then you see people making 100 grand a year, 200 grand a year in Massachusetts. Like, I can't pay my bills. And it's like, well, you have a $250,000 car in your garage that you drive twice a year. It's like, did you have to buy that ridiculous car? Did you need the $5 million house?
Yeah.
So, well, I could get the loan. It's like, and that's the problem is you make enough money to live on your own and not do all of this. And unfortunately, it takes most people hitting the fucking wall to realize this. Uh, the good news is it less than a decade, you can be out of that problem, above water, making money and actually saving.
Mm.
The issue then is figuring out what to do with your money. And if you're not going to be blowing it on partying and nice things, what do you do with it instead? And then all of a sudden you're freaking paying attention to stocks, bonds, gold, and silver, right?
Mm.
Yep.
And you're not nearly as much fun as at a party, but you know your mortgage is paid next month. You know.
Yeah.
All right. Feels so weird putting DOW instead of DOD. By the way.
Oh
The
yeah.
Department of War.
Yeah. Every time I
Well,
see that, I think
Hold on,
Dow
hold on,
Jones.
hold on. Did we talk about this months ago? Like, you know what they should call it back? Department of War. You're like, no, no, no. The DOJ.
They changed it months ago, dude.
I know, but me and you were talking about it. They should go back to the Department of War. Like, no, no, no. This will now change.
well, in other exciting news, the Navy's went back to a twice-a-year fitness test.
Did they do that already before?
I thought it was already, but
Yeah,
Ryan
No, they
tells me
changed
was
it in
once a year.
COVID. They changed it for COVID.
Oh, so it was twice when I was in the service.
When you were in service, yes, it was
Okay.
twice.
Okay. Because I
Yep.
remember doing a PRT twice a year.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So it's back to normal.
By the way, I just like to say, I ran a 9-minute mile and a half for a PRT once.
Just once.
Probably more than once, but 9-minute mile and a half, dude. First of all, that's a 6-minute mile, which is not terrible. But
Mhm.
that's now think I ran an extra half mile on top of that and maintained that speed.
That's good.
Yeah. I was actually in shape when I was younger in the Navy.
In the Navy.
Yeah. By the way, the guy in the Village People only wore the sailor costume when they did that song.
That's
So
it.
every concert.
Well, yes, but I'm just saying it wasn't.
Mm.
They usually had what the
No, because they got YMCA.
yeah. But I'm saying the sailor suit only showed up for in the Navy.
Oh, okay. So you see Fort Hood commissioning Army's first completely electric auto locomotive. What could possibly go wrong?
I know no shit, dude.
Yeah, I don't believe it.
Yeah.
I don't believe okay. I believe it's completely powered by electricity, but I am
how?
certain there's a generator hooked up in case something goes wrong, so the military base still operates.
A nuclear generator you talking about?
No, not even nuclear. Freaking diesel. Who cares?
Probably.
Just like my generator runs on propane. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah.
No, and this ain't gonna cost a lot. It's great if you can get a cheaper source of electricity
Yeah.
Do it. Cost the taxpayer less.
What?
But
Okay, my other
I
question is,
expect the system to supply the electricity as a redundancies, right, Guapo?
yeah.
If this fails, we can do this.
So why the fuck did they need a locomotive too? I don't get it. In the army.
Fort Hood
Mm,
moves a lot of weapons.
mm.
If what was the
But they were, I thought they were
well, what
like
was the Navy base that armed ships and disarmed ships?
Yorktown.
Was it Yorktown?
Yeah.
Were you guys still on board when we got there?
What do you mean you got there?
Air Department.
I mean, I went there once with my cruiser. I was in the
Oh,
cruiser.
okay.
Yeah, we went
All
there
right.
once.
Yeah, and you go there and they pull all the missiles out of the ship, for example, and then they put them on a rail system and ship them away to storage.
Yeah, we're not allowed to use cell phones and shit back then. It was
Yeah,
kind of
because who needs to take the chance,
yeah.
right?
Mhm.
Brian,
Yeah.
Guapo thought it was Yorktown. He might be right. What was the weapons base
Yorktown.
in the
Yorktown.
Virginia? It was Yorktown. That's
Yeah,
where
my
you
ship.
go to get loaded up, and you go to disarm after deployment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my ship I was on, it was named Yorktown too.
Yeah. Well, he was asking why the army base would need a rail system, and I was like, "Oh, dear God, could you imagine moving some of that ordnance in a truck?"
Nope.
But dude, electronic locomotive is gonna take so much fucking battery power just to move all the stuff. Unless it's just small.
Well, it's only going to work across base, and
Mm.
again, there's probably a diesel generator attached to it.
I
Should
know actually
the power
locomotive they
source
were.
fail?
Yeah.
There's no way the army's going to allow uh their weapons relay system to shut
Mhm.
down because it's cloudy out. You know what I mean?
Right.
Imagine what we could do with wind and solar energy for weapon system. What was that? Kamala
All right.
Harris.
All right. Well, so that tanker, it was the Bella One. Now it's called something else. I'm not sure what it is anymore.
Uh-huh.
That took off from the Coast Guard and went back across the Atlantic.
Yeah.
Uh, Coast Guard's been pursuing it. They have taken down their flag, excuse me,
Mm.
and have raised a Russian flag.
Of course they
Mm.
have.
Russia has come out and formally asked us to stop pursuit of this sanctioned oil tanker. What's going to happen?
Probably gonna stop pursuit because if we actually keep pursuing it, then it's gonna be Russia will use it as a declaration of war.
Okay. So you think Trump, okay, right now Trump is in control of this.
Yeah.
You think Trump is going to accept that as a reason to stop knowing who Trump is?
No.
Okay. So we seize this vessel. Do you think Russia has the nuts to declare war right now when they're doing their best to not get NATO involved? That's why they're having an issue with Ukraine. It's because NATO's involved.
Right.
Could you imagine what would happen if they declared war on a NATO nation?
Be a shit show.
Yeah, and I don't know. I don't think Trump's going to back off. I think Putin is full of himself too to do something stupid, but I don't think he's dumb enough to declare an actual war over some fucking tanker full of oil. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't know. I guess we'll find out. We've been keeping on this vessel since they decided to take off. But after Putin was like, please stop, this is a big deal. We're sanctioned, we're protecting this vehicle now, this
Right.
vessel now. Maduro has come out and said he's ready to talk to the United States about possibly working on controlling the drug trafficking.
Yeah, because he doesn't want to get kicked out of his country. And they're tired of all the military strikes on the drug traffickers leaving the country.
Yeah, they've hit inland too, haven't they?
Yes, they
Yeah.
have.
Um, So what's this going to do to Putin trying to protect this vessel? If
Mhm.
Maduro is, I mean, granted, this isn't necessarily drug trafficking, but if Maduro's already starting to cave to Trump,
Mhm.
I don't know. I don't think Venezuela stands a real chance in an actual conflict with the United States. Because I genuinely don't see Russia getting involved. I really
Yeah.
don't. They have enough issues getting people to sign up to fight against Ukraine,
Right.
let alone going across the freaking planet to get in that fight with the United States. But some crazy shit's going on in Iran, dude.
Oh yeah. And you're not seeing this on a lot of the mainstream media channels either.
I've noticed that. It sounds like a revolution is beginning.
Yep. I mean, there's protests that they're shutting down the whole arena. They're yelling shameless, shameless.
Shutting down the marketplaces.
Yep.
Uh, they yelling death to the dictator.
And the Iranian economy's in free fall. Its currency becomes 0.0003. Nope, I missed a zero. Four zeros to the real.
Yeah, well, the real is theirs, but that's to the dollar.
Okay.
It's even worse since then. I've looked it up because I check this out. What do you think I would say in this situation, Brian, as the
Invest.
Iranian?
Buy the Iranian dollar.
And I said that when Russia and Ukraine happened, right?
But you
Yeah,
can't
but
do it. It's not
you cannot
allowed.
do it. Yeah.
Yeah, Iranian currency is not traded on the global
Scale.
currency exchange. So
Mhm.
I can't just go buy these. I can buy them from people online, but what the fuck am I gonna do with that?
Nothing.
Like when it bounces back up in value, no one's gonna buy it, right?
Right, exactly.
But yeah, I was like, shit, it's like a millionth of a dollar.
Yep.
I'll spend $10. You know what I
Right.
mean? If it gets up to 50 cents, I'll be set for life. My children will be set for life. But yeah, no, can't just go do that. Of course not. You have to, typically speaking, you have to get Iranian money in Iran. Meanwhile, though, the president there, their government's weird.
Yeah.
Like, there's an official like religious leader thing that's almost
Yep.
the president, but not the mullah.
Yep.
RFA basically.
Yeah, and that's what caused all the issues in Iran because it used to be a very prosperous nation.
Yeah, where they
But
have
He
he's
used to be
called he
an ally of the United States.
yeah,
That's why
now
they
they've
end up.
declared total war against the United States. Uh what would happen if we took them seriously?
I don't know. Nothing.
No, if we actually took them seriously and declared war back. Now, war is different than the presidential authority. We wouldn't have a handful of tanks and a bunch of freaking Marines with jets flying overhead if it was actual war. We would invade and eradicate that government, right?
Right.
And pretty sure historically the United States has always demanded total unconditional surrender. Am I wrong with that one?
Nope.
Uh I got a feeling it's a bad idea for Iran to be declaring war against the United States while they're having an uprising in their own nation. And this might be the only reason why they don't get blown up is because everyone's trying to tear down their own government from within anyway.
Right.
Why go and kill all those people that are actively fighting as it is?
Yeah.
Ryan, you shared this one. Tell me all about this. I found this very interesting with this. Okay, where Somalia is.
So yeah, Israel's the first country to
Hold up.
recognize.
Is this actually the name that they're calling it?
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Somaliland, which is like a
Somalia
sovereign
land.
that, yes, and as part of Somalia, This little section, basically a state, has divided itself from the actual Somalian country that's not really a country because they have no actual working
Which we've been
government or
talking
anything
about for
like that.
weeks.
Yeah. So, but Israel is the first country to recognize this other part of Somalia called Somaliland as a sovereign state.
Does that mean no one in the world is going to recognize this as a nation just because Israel did?
Possibly.
So these guys actually set up a government.
Yep. A functioning government.
Uh, it's difficult to say that they're not a country, but Somalia is. You know,
Right.
Mm.
we'll see how that goes, but chances are, unless they have some funding, maybe they're getting it from Israel, which, if that's true, it's probably come from the United States. They're
Yep.
gonna need some serious firepower to keep out the rebels from the rest of Somalia. Because apparently that's what you do in Somalia is you just steal and kill, right?
Warlords is what it's all about.
It's all
They-
tribes over there.
yeah. And so you're gonna need an actual military to keep these warlords out.
Yep.
Mhm.
Oh. Here we go. You see this? The Panamanian mayor uh
Oh,
ordered the demolition of a Chinese monument near the canal.
I'm sure Trump had something to do with that.
Yeah, what's
oh,
funny is it already got knocked down by locals,
mhm.
and they would decide to destroy it all the way. And China's like all offended.
What are you gonna do about
Well, it's funny because China's been trying to take it over, and
it?
they're trying to build their own, right?
Mm-hmm.
Trump said that maybe they'll take back the Panama Canal if they don't treat it properly and stop worshiping the Chinese.
Yeah.
Uh, I don't know. They cost a lot of American dollars and a lot of lives to build that canal. And granted, we got our dollars paid back before we gave it to the Panamanian people.
Mm-hmm.
But because yeah, we collected a toll for however long until we got back the cost that made to build it.
Yeah.
That's actually a cool way to do it. And now we get to use it and pay for it.
Yeah.
But China's been getting preferential treatment over the United States, and we're like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
It's like we built the damn thing for you and then gave it to you. You can't let us go through at all, but China gets 6 ships through. Gee, they had to go all the way down around the tip of South America, or that's a long sail.
Oh yeah. Oh, you were talking about Somalia, how they're not defined as a country.
Yeah.
The UN ambassador of Somalia, he owns a daycare facility here in Ohio.
Yeah, I saw that.
I
And
was
didn't
like,
didn't
like, what?
Ilhan Omar's brother,
Mm,
I'm sorry, her husband
mhm.
just like scrub his webpage
I
of
don't know
his
about that,
business?
but I
Yeah, he
heard about
scrubbed
that.
his
Like,
yeah, he
I
scrubbed
just remembered that part. Like, hold on. You're talking about now Somalia not being a legitimate country, but I saw how the UN ambassador owned like daycare is somewhere in Ohio, of a healthcare facility, something like that. But how can you
background.
be ambassador of a country you're not in? Well,
Well,
you don't got a business, you know.
check this out. Guapo, how about you and I open up a daycare center in Minnesota?
You should.
Shit. No shit.
You make a killing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can get paid $9 million to
And
like
Joey can come
rent
in
a
with Joey can come in with his mid subway. Come on.
yeah, well, I'll rent a building that doesn't even have doors,
Mm-hmm.
get paid $9 million, and
Yeah, disappear after a year. You know.
don't know. I'll collect it $9 million next year too. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, well,
These fucks have been at it for five
eventually gonna
years.
catch up to you. You know, I should have left as soon as a kid. Some Trump got in the office. Like, I'm out of here.
You're right. You should have done it once, then ran
Yeah,
away with your money.
until Trump got in the office, like, I'm out of here. You know,
Mm,
because now what Trump did too is stop all the money transfer outside the United States.
yeah.
Yeah.
Guapo shared this one.
Oh,
Some person in Colorado was
mhm.
killed by a mountain lion.
Yep. The days ago, a few days ago.
Yeah, and I don't see that in here. I think it's since like 2003
15.
or something like that.
Such shit like that. Yeah. 15
Yeah,
years
since
ago.
someone's been killed by a mountain lion in Colorado.
I want to know what the person was doing. And don't go fight go hunt the mountain lions now because of this fucking idiot. We don't
Well,
know what
here's
Right.
happened.
no, hold on. One, they say mountain lions don't live in this area, which I hear about everything because they keep telling me mountain lions don't live where I live.
Mhm.
And this local is posting fake pictures to like the local groups on social media
Mhm.
of mountain lions in their yard.
Mhm.
We always see like, oh, they don't live here, they pass through.
That's
Dude,
it.
I saw a mountain lion. I was out in my yard
Mhm.
at night. I turned around and I saw these glowing fucking eyes. I was like, what the
Yeah.
fuck? Then I
Uh-huh.
saw the tail and I was like, that's a giant fucking cat.
Mhm.
Dude, it was terrifying. And I was just burning shit in my yard. Uh, and it's funny because the wife was like, was it a bobcat? I was like, no, this thing had a full fucking tail. It wasn't a little cat that looked big in the dark, you know?
Mhm.
Right.
But Jesus Christ, could you imagine a 60-pound cat jumping on you and attacking you?
Nope.
Yeah. Better keep a gun. Hang on. Close by.
Yeah, well, since then, if I go out and burn in the yard, like the tree stuff that falls, I bring my
Mhm.
shotgun with
Mhm.
me. I mean, I
Yeah.
got bears too, and I was like, fuck, all I need is to get snuck up on by a bear or a fucking mountain lion, you know?
Yep.
Hey, do what
Uh,
the Indians do. Get a face mask and put it behind your head, so you're always facing them.
Maybe that's what scared me the most is I turned around and I saw the mountain lion's eyes. I was like, Jesus Christ, that thing
Yeah.
walked right up on me. I was just happened to turn around.
Indian tea collector, they put a face mask in the back of their head
Yeah.
because tigers will not jump you in front of your face. They
Sa-
will,
same idea as a scarecrow.
yeah, scarecrow.
Yeah, it tells the animals that there's someone there watching you.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, all right. There we go. I want to talk about this one, Brian. Saw this in the news a little bit ago. It didn't give much of a shit because we don't typically talk sports here.
uh,
But one of the Detroit Lions players struck a fan.
no, it was the other way around. This was a Pittsburgh Steeler fan that struck a fan in Detroit.
Okay, either
He
way.
was suspended by the game. He's suspended by the NFL for 2 games.
Well, okay, good because Detroit, it says they vindicated Metcalf for punching a fan.
Yeah,
No,
they're
I don't give a
saying
shit.
that. Yeah, I agree.
What? He dropped ethnic slurs, is what they're saying. This guy's done it before. And I guess specifically against this guy and followed him to Detroit. Still doesn't make it okay to hit
No,
someone, no matter how
nope,
mean they are.
nope, never.
Especially if you're a professional football player and he's
Yeah,
probably a drunk piece of shit, right?
right. Yep.
2 games, he should have been thrown out of the league for that. You need to set an example because the NFL is known amongst all of the professional sports in the United States for having the highest standards of professionalism, right?
Sure.
Well, excessive celebration for a touchdown will get you a penalty in the NFL.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the NHL, National Hockey League, the refs will stand by, watch you beat the shit out of someone. Then they'll put you in the penalty box for 2 minutes to let you out and do it again.
Yeah, that's hockey.
Yeah, fighting's not part of the game, though.
And in
Maybe.
other exciting news,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
2026 is going to be the year to be an NASA astronaut. We're going to fly around the moon again.
Better get 4K video out of this shit.
Hold on. Yes, I expect some excellent video, but the problem is, Guapo,
Mm.
what kind of video are you going to get on the dark side of the moon?
Yeah,
Very
night
dark
vision.
video.
Night vision.
Blackness.
Night vision. We got night vision now.
Night
Just
vision
listen.
for what? What, you're looking for the heat signature on the cold side of the moon?
Yeah.
The moon is in geosynchronous orbit with the Earth.
Mm-hmm.
That means that the same side is always facing the Earth, and the same side's always facing away from the Earth. So
Yeah.
the side that's yeah. Now,
But you
granted,
don't need